a game and pick their fights depending on the situation.
With that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 1 between Alter Ego and Rebellion Zion. We'll see exactly how they are going to be able to implement their respective drafts in this first game.
And I was thinking that it's going to be a glue in the XP lane, but that is not the way that Rebellion Zion is playing it out. And right now, you do see that the glue is... Hang on, wait a minute. The glue is just on the top side trying to make plays here. That was confusing me for a bit, honestly.
Yeah, it seems like he is trying to play to that gold side. Rizal already having a really hard time as well, right? And I'm wondering, that is the Jujutsu Kaisen skin!
Of course, it's Nobara Kogisaki in the flesh. MLBB X Jujutsu Kaisen skins are now available in the game. Join the MLBB X Jujutsu Kaisen Gacha event from the 18th of February all the way to the 20th of March. So you still have a lot of time to enjoy the 50% off on your daily first draw one time, okay? A collab item or even a permanent collab skin is guaranteed in the first 10 draws. My God. What a skin.
The economic way.
The economic way.
Yeah, don't go full like Mirko and Arashi. You guys can go the economic way and do it every day because of that 50% discount. But back into the game here, it does seem like Rebellion Zion already having a slight lead here. 200 to 400, 500. I wonder why that is.
They have been more aggressive and they got a bit of powered gold as well, right? So that's probably it. It's just a small, minute amount right now. I think it's going to be pretty even all the way until the first turtle, but as I mentioned, the early game for Alter Ego is very, very dangerous. Although for now, Udil has not been able to actually pull off a significant gank. Even though Vijanarko has been in the gold lane, they haven't been able to actually push out that mid lane decisively enough to actually get extra as highs here. This precious Rizal, the turtle, is going to be contested by Rebellion for now. They make the first move.
Again, on to the first turtle. It's Vincent first with the Martis.
Whoa.
Fido with the Raven Spider trying to go for the zone. Boy finishing it off with the Retribution. Solid one. Is that Pi who flickers forward with the stun, gets the damage done. The Divine Judgment now brings Swaylo back into the fray. And it's Boy who picks up the kill. Alter Ego looking like their past selves here. Boy goes in for the invade. Vijanarko is onto him with a split. Might just be going for it, but will not go for the full engage just for now. It's still Alter Ego with just an 800 gold lead.
And with that in mind, it was really interesting, right? Both of the mid laners, wait a minute here, talking about the mid laner.
Uh-oh, hi, the Inspire surviving for a bit, but like we mentioned, the mid lane, like how active you are in the mid lane is gonna be playing so much for that gold lane. The matchup is a losing one, but with the mid lane constantly roaming, it can always be a winning one. It's never a 1v1. Town prediction, it's definitely not a 1v1 here.
2v1 rather.
2v everyone.
2v1
Bit of deja vu here, because me and the Golden Ranger on the Indonesian desk, we have Alter Ego, only two of us, but now Vijanarko makes that play at the top side.
It's never a 1v1 in the gold lane. Rizal gonna fall here. It's just, man, as a gold laner, you gotta get used to this, right? Highs picks up the corrosive side, and Alter Ego, again, with the 1,000 gold lead, sure, they are leading in the early stage of the game, but it's very easily reversible still. 1K, one team fight, just one pick can turn it around.
Could be right now, actually. Look at the way that Alter Ego are positioning themselves. Vincent might be caught.
Good opening here, because there is a bit of poke, but Rasi doesn't decide to go for the Divine Judgment, knowing that maybe they do not have enough damage.
Early on, this crowd control is amazing, but of course, with the crowd control immunity, Vincent has a lot more leeway to play around. He so far hasn't been able to try and be aggressive and shut down Boy. We talked about him being on a tank utility jungler, not exactly part of his personality. So far, we haven't seen how well he can perform or how bad he can perform on the flip side. But with this turtle coming up, we'll see if he can secure the second turtle, because it seems like Rebellion Zion, they are making moves to try and deny that from Alter Ego.
Vincent is one level below. They're still going to go for the contest right here. As Vincent jumps in with the anti-CC. Divine Judgment finds it, and that's going to be Vincent taken down. Also, Boy finding the Retribution aside, jumps in with a wild charge, getting the stun down, but Boy is going to be able to zone the backline away. Highs not dealing enough damage just for now as he pops in the puppet, dealing some damage to Boy, but it's only just the utility jungler. Alter Ego still with that 1,000 gold lead, holding on to it. Top side, Rizal going to go for some damage here. Highs ends up winning the trade. And Rizal is forced to back away with Vijanarko and Swaylo rotating up top. It's Highs who can actually shove the wave to deny some minions.
1,000 gold lead though for Alter Ego Esports, and you can see Rizal already having a really difficult time he is actually behind in gold as well compared to the Melissa.
But if you look in the jungle though, Boy is ahead of Vincent, so there's always that to play around with. And in the mid lane, similar story as Udil has been able to clear and be participant in a lot more skirmishes in the early game. That's contributing to the 1k gold difference. Still a small amount though, so Alter Ego, if they really want to start snowballing, they need to try and get something extra, try and take control of the game, and with Pi picking up that Bloodlust Axe, that just might be the leverage that they need to try and start imposing their will onto Rebellion Zion.
They also need to help out the Yve a little bit, right? Suelo is quite behind compared to the Pharsa. I know that the Yve already has some really good basic damage and basic slow, but still needs those items, still needs that Ice Queen wand and some more other items to be able to have an impact, especially with the real world manipulation already being outranged by the Feather Airstrike of the Pharsa.
Oh, the go away doesn't get you out of range of the Divine Judgment, and it's Rossi who finds an amazing pickoff up top with the activeness of Udil, the Kage. Again, this is what we mentioned. Losing matchups don't really matter if you're able to rotate up there.
That mid presence is just so important, and with that play, with that sequence of events, Alter Ego extended gold lead to 1.5, and they're still not done yet, looking for more options, more opportunities, and once they start snowballing, if Rebellion Zion isn't careful, even with Janarko on this glue will be pressured quite a bit. He's already being more susceptible to damage, but he makes moves to the gold lane, trying to make sure they have presence in the lane before going for the neutral objective.
Oh, missed flicker there. Ryzel is able to step out. Udil gonna be taken down though in that mid lane. It's a kill onto the mid laner, traded for the turtle. Alter Ego with full control on the neutral objective, and Boy, despite what we said, he's popping off on the utility, man.
It's safer. It's a safer pick, and you can't go too wrong on it. But with that in mind here, Wijanarko already trying to pressure Boy as they are trying to get a little bit more on the top side, right? They are trying to get that turret away from Ryzel, but unfortunately is not going to be able to happen just yet.
I think Rebellion Zion will be resorting to a split push kind of strategy. They do have a Grok with the high-end dry, so that is something they can explore. Although I do feel like right now, their focus seems to be to shut down Udil, right? If Udil is doing way too ahead, way too good, and he's way too ahead in gold, that effectively shuts down Highs as a damage dealer as well. So it's a wise move. We'll see if it's enough though, because as of right now, it's still a 1.5k gold lead, but Rossi makes a play again.
Again with the flicker. Highs cannot react to the play fast enough. As Wijanarko goes on to Udil, gets him immobilized, brings him back to the team. It might just be a solo kill. Boy jumps into the back line. Suelo's gonna be caught very low, but he's still able to kite back. Udil solo killed by the roamer in that top side. Meanwhile, you can already see Rossi trying to put the damage back in. The conceal has been popped in. Wijanarko still looking for a pick, but will be forced to back away now. Pops in a split, soaking a whole lot of damage, but Boy isn't able to just finish him off for now. Saib has rotated towards that top side, but he's a level behind of Pi, who can definitely put in more killing pressure towards Rebellion Zion.
1,700 gold lead still for Alter Ego Esports. And the problem is, I feel like there was a lot of setup coming in from Cars before they swapped out for Saib, and the effect doesn't seem to be the same. Rebellion Zion, they can't control the side lanes, and it looks difficult for them to play around and have that map pressure that they initially had.
Right now, Rebellion Zion are relying on Wijanarko just being very oppressive, 3-0, and being able to actually solo kill the gold lane essentially. So it's a appropriate plan, it makes sense, but at the same time, they don't have the same kind of teamfight pressure without Wijanarko acting as the main initiating tool, because he's diving all the way towards that back line. So they can't really have any chance to catch the members of Alter Ego. And aside, in turn, that allows Rossi to just seem a lot better at going for these pickups.
Look at Pi once again with the stun onto the back line with the Bravest Fighter as well, forcing Suelo to back off, but the go away is placed down. Highs is looking for the kill, but Pi is still alive for so long, by so much time, as Vincent's gonna be stunned up against the wall. Ryzel just spacing enough to get out of the wild charge. Alter Ego are taking full control of this game with a 3,000 gold lead now.
Pi gets taken down as he's kind of the distraction for Alter Ego Esports. We saw that in the team fight where he was distracting in the front side, and the way that Alter Ego Esports is playing, you can see Rossi just full on babysit, full on protect Rizal mode, and he doesn't go in for that initiation. The person to do that is Pi.
Pai already has the Hunter Strike on top of the Bloodlust Axe, so you saw that in that fight, he was able to actually get a kill, 1v3 essentially, and now with the Blade Armor as well, that means that he's a problem for Heist to try and shred down as well. If you look at the composition from Rebellion Zion, Heist is one of the only sources of actual DPS as of right now, so it's going to be a tough situation for Rebellion to try and curb Pai as that strong, dominant backline diver that can just ruin their whole backline presence, and also it's followed up by Udil, who already has a Divine Glaive.
It's looking tough. Right now, Alter Ego Esports, 6,000 gold lead. It is still an unenhanced Lord, so it should do a bit of damage, but wait!
Look at this, Sully Boy even jumping towards that backline, but Heinz is still going to be able to dish out the damage right now. He is in the backline. Free hitting for Sully Boy! Finds the Appraiser's Wrath max range! Rossi is able to bring Twaylo back, but it's only just for the flicker. My goodness! Heinz, with a miscalculation in his positioning there, ends up dying to a very, very short-ranged hero. Rebellion Zion still trying to defend in the mid lane with the help of the Sieve. High ground clear is on their side. They will be able to do this for now, but in that top side, you can already see Rizal putting the damage down. The fact that Airstrike taking so much of Swaylo's HP away. Even Vincent is going to be forced back as a frontliner, and it's one of the base turrets cracked open.
7,500 gold lead. A lot of trades on the board for Alter Ego Esports. And it poses another question whether or not Heist is actually comfortable on the Melissa. Looking at the player's gold here by Ubias, you can see how far behind Heist is. 6,000 compared to Rizal at 8,700.
With a Farsa and a Kaja constantly ganking your lane, it's easier said than done to try and stay alive and stay farmed up. 7k golded for Alter Ego, and that just means that at any part of the game right now, they're always behind in clear, in burst damage, and Rebellion Zion actually has a lot of utility, a lot of catch, a lot of chase potential, but considering how behind they are, Alter Ego doesn't really mind because they can just match Rebellion Zion and win the fight through sheer gold difference. So unless Alter Ego makes a mistake, Rebellion Zion need to be very careful in how they pick these fights, because if they wait too long, they get poked down by the Feathered Airstrike, and if they get engaged too early, they're also not exactly at a place to dictate the kind of movement. So it's very situational, and Alter Ego are all the cards as of right now at least.
Yeah, you can even see them like just freezing those lanes, right? Trying to look for a pick off on the board, but Ujinarko here goes in for a concealed play.
Down below, it's Rizal who's going to be caught in the RWM. He jumps forward here, but the damage comes in. Rizal, oh my goodness gracious, is still able to find a trade. 1v4. Heist picks up the shutdown. Definitely not good for Alter Ego, but it's a trade they will definitely take as they are going to be able to secure the Lord. They're taking their time though, trying to time it just right. But I wonder, oh yeah, it was a risky move to go for it. I think they were trying to get it above the 10th second of the 13th minute just to get it, just to give Rizal a bit more time to set up with the team.
I think the idea was to send Rasi along with Rizal in the bottom side, and whoever is sent to try and deal with the split push gets picked off, right? Gets Divine Judgmented and then gets stunned on the wall, and Rizal will take him out. But unfortunately for them, Rebellion Zion, by sheer coincidence, or maybe they read through that idea, they go and get the kill onto Rizal. But as you mentioned, Mirko, able to get a kill in that situation, that is insane. He is one more item away from a full item build with the Wind of Nature already secure. So even later on, when the going gets tough, when it's a dirty team fight where everyone gets hitting each other, he will have an advantage and more sustainability as Udil is still doing more and more damage, but there goes the wall charge.
A good flicker wall charge combo onto Udil, flicker out, but now it's the base wide open. The base turret's falling left and right. Vincent trying to act as the front line as Pai has popped in, a Bravest Spider. Zion, once again, just holding on to the mini waves coming in as that's the Divine Judgment onto Ujinarko. He's been taken down. The base is wide open. Vincent is looking for the kill, finds it onto Udil. Alter Ego putting their focus on the wrong target, trying to save Selly Boy and Udil, who's already dead. Meanwhile, the base right here can be defended just for a bit, but Rizal steps back to pick it up. It's Alter Ego who secure game number 1.
Leading the series, the best of 3 against Rebellion Zion right now, and I gotta say, that was a very dominant showing by Alter Ego Esports. A lot has changed, right? Since the last time we saw